online presence is critically important because when you study where our consumer behaviors are going and where things are changing, you will realize that if you do not show up in search, you are slowly dying. And that's what made me jump out of my corporate seat was because I was realizing a trend at Credit Karma at LendingTree. What they primarily are known for is market lead generation. So we study the market at large. We study what the masses are doing. And then we try to create a personalized experience for each consumer. So when you have all of that data and you sit with it, you understand that the small businesses that couldn't afford to hire a person like me, 200, 100, $200,000, you are slowly going to become extinct. And that was the scariest part of working for corporate, that I immediately knew that hardworking people like my mom, who's owned a business for 20 years, who has come here as an immigrant to scaling her business to over $1 million in profit, that the harder that she worked, because she didn't know how to use the technology, the more money that she would be giving away to the middleman. That's a part of the reason why creating an online engagement or having an online audience is so important, is because the data is screaming that if small businesses, if personal brands, if people that want to engage in business online don't come online in a strategic way, it's either you're adapting or you're dying. And for the most part, for most businesses, what I see is the dying part, unfortunately.
Is that because people are getting into it too late or or afraid of it? I'll tell you the truth. I didn't like it. I don't like the idea of producing material every day, although we've found some
Absolutely.
shortcuts, and that's called hiring somebody else to help you do it. But yeah.
Absolutely. It's really because, like you said, there is friction there, especially with generation, even myself. I'm a millennial. It's hard to put yourself out there consistently and create consistent content. But one of the things that I found that was most frustrating is because most people don't really understand how search engines work. They don't
Mm,
understand how it works. And so that means that they can't show up strategically online. And so when you mix not understanding how search engines work and then having to create content for a search engine and for people, that just breeds a whole bunch of frustration. So people are just like,
it
you know
does.
what? Let's just nix it. I'm just going to hire someone. And 9 times out of 10, the person that you're hiring really doesn't have a strict strategy just yet. And so that's what I found to be the most frustrating thing. Even at when I was talking to senior level executives at Credit Karma, LendingTree, Guaranteed Rate, 9 times out of 10, a lot of the times that I would spend with executives would just be educating them on how a search engine works and how the business should be adapting to it. It's critical. The number one thing is just strategy. You have to have a strategy. You have to have someone to be able to walk you through. If you try to piecemeal it, there's just many moving parts